All right. We are having technical difficulties tonight, guys. We apologize.
We're also going to heart react every time Jason says that's messed up. We're going to make a little game out of it.
Sounds good. That'll be like 500 times. But I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to the show. Like I said, we had a little rough start there. We tried to start the show, and we're having internet difficulties, at least on my side. We've had like Verizon problems over here today, so I apologize. But anyway, guys, welcome to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show. This is episode number 54. We got a lot to talk about tonight, especially like our haunted tours and the Methodist Village and the state of that. So hang in there. We're going to talk about that, some new places we're going to be investigating and opening up for haunted tours. But you can visit our website at crawfordcountyghosthunters.org. If you've not checked that out, definitely go in and check out our website. Get that to go off there. You can email us at illinoishauntings@gmail.com if you'd like to send us an email. And if you've got any type of haunted location out there you'd like us to investigate, we do that free of charge. We do it for the research. If you guys have any location, email us or send us a message, and we'll get back with you as soon as possible regarding that. And we're dual streaming tonight on Facebook and YouTube. So if you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, go over there and check it out at YouTube/Crawford County Ghost Hunters or at Crawford County Ghost Hunters on YouTube. YouTube allows 1080p and Facebook doesn't, so you get a lot better video quality on YouTube if you subscribe and watch it from YouTube. But anyway, tonight's music, as always, is by the Midnight Syndicate, used with permission. You can check their website out at midnightsyndicate.com. And we're going to get right into the show tonight, guys. We've got a lot to talk about, and we've had a lot of action over the weekend, haven't we, Cammie?
I feel like we've had a lot of action over the past 5 months I've been over on the team.
I don't know why that is, but
I feel like there's been more that's happened in my life the past 5 months being on this team than ever.
Probably. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah.
I've got memories.
What's that?
I've got memories.
Yeah, a lot of memories. But yeah, when you sign on to this team, you never know what's going to happen. Like it's a adventure every night we go out, so you never know what kind of crazy people you're going to run into. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show tonight. I'm trying to get to the comment section so I can read your comments real quick. Maybe. I'm telling you, something going on tonight with the whole social media thing because we're not having a good luck with our show tonight. But all right, now I've got the comments up. I can see everybody on there. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. But I want to start out by talking about, our haunted tours over the weekend. And we're going to get into Cammie's little, it was all of our little adventure this last weekend and what happened to us. So
I almost got arrested.
Yeah, just hang in there for that. Cammie almost got arrested. She's a Cammie the criminal now. That's what you should have put your name as when you came in.
I'm a crook. I'm corrupted.
She's a corrupted crook now, guys. So, but yeah, we had a heck of a weekend. We had our last haunted tours at the United Methodist Village. The owners had contacted us kind of out of the blue, telling us, that new ownership was probably taking place and we were not going to be able to do any more paranormal investigations in there or haunted tours. So, we kind of put that last haunted tour out really quick. So I apologize for that, but a lot of people attended. We had a really good turnout, really good crowd of people, and that was really fun. We had a lot of activity, strange stuff happening, especially like with that cat. I don't know. Were you there the night the cat moved?
I was there the night of the cat, yes. The night of the cat where it went from the door. So there was this cat that was, since I've been investigating Methodist Village for the past 5 months, all right, there's been this cat that's been next to the specific door down, what is it called? Which hall was that?
Center.
Otten Center, yeah, down Otten Center. And then we all went into this room, right? And we come back and this cat is in the middle of the floor. It literally moved from against the door to the middle of the hallway.
Yeah, and we know that cat was not in the hallway. Like one of them on here, Wes, he's on there. His group from the St. Louis over there, and Kayla, I think, yeah, she's on here too, I believe. They were photographing and actually took pictures, of the hallway before this happened, and we can verify through their photographs. The cat definitely was not in the middle of the hallway. And it was really weird because we lit up this plasma ball, and I've done this a lot in different haunted locations. We'll try to fill the rooms, the hallways with, energy. And we had a plasma ball going, an EMF pump until that thing broke that night too, which is weird. It blew up and flew into
The plasma
pieces.
ball?
No, the EMF pump, because I started
Oh,
firing it up and it actually exploded back there and I couldn't use it. I don't even know if I told you about that.
no, I just remember the plasma ball, and there's just pretty lights and colors.
Yeah.
There's like a little party down Otten. I went down to the cafeteria, and then I come back and there's a party down Otten, and I was just like, oh yeah, I like
Right.
this.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It gives the hallway a cool effect. But those plasma balls are like mini Tesla coils, guys. And like I've always been a big fan, or one of my theories and hypothesis have been that ghosts and spirits draw off the energy sometimes. And these little plasma balls are awesome if you put them out because like it seemed to charge that hallway. We've done that, like we did it on our Halloween tours also. Some guys from Terre Haute was there, and we started getting knocks on the doorway or on the doors coming down the halls. But anyway, when we put that plasma ball out, that's when the cat deal happened. It was almost like the cat turned and started looking at this plasma ball because it was facing in a direct angle toward the plasma ball, like looking at it, and cats do that, like real cats, they'll look at something because they're curious and they just sit there and watch it, kind of like a fish tank. And if you ever seen a cat watch fish in a fish tank, that's what it looked like. It looked like it was directly looking at the plasma ball, and this thing moved from the doorway into the hallway, and definitely did not do it by any human hands because we had that hallway. We were watching that hallway.
Yeah, there was also oh yes, Karen and Joy. It was a stuffed cat, by the way, guys. It was a stuffed cat.
Oh
It
yeah,
wasn't an actual cat. It was a stuffed cat.
yeah. It was a little like cat, like yeah, stuffed animal. It wasn't a real cat. We have recorded a real cat in the Methodist Village as well. On a couple occasions, couldn't figure out where it came from because it bypassed all of our camera systems, all of our cameras, and only got recorded on one camera in one particular room, which we thought was extremely weird too. John, one of my team members, John Sweat, he had his camera system set up in one of those rooms and caught the cat coming in, and we couldn't find it anywhere else. But a lot of weird stuff. After the tours, and I think you went home before this happened, Cammy. Like couple of girls that help us out with our tours once in a while, and they're kind of fans going all of our stuff. Chloe and Abby, they were out there. They were leaving. I think it was the same night. It might have been the second night, but they went outside and were getting in their car, and they looked up on the roof of the Methodist Village. This is after the tours were over. We were cleaning stuff up, and they look up on the top of the old part of the building. This would have been like what would have been the Holden Center, and somebody was standing on the roof. They like both freaked out, like came in and got me, said, hey, or called and said, hey, somebody's standing on the roof. They were like, I mean, really freaking out. So me and James are still there. Me and James like took off through the building, went upstairs. We cleared like second, third floors, like, and went into the attic and up onto the roof. And when we got onto the roof, there was footprints, literal footprints in the like dew, I guess. It'd probably be frost because it was early morning hours at this time, and the seal or the roof up there had frosted over because it's wet on this roof. If you guys have ever been up there before, it's like kind of damp and wet when you get up there. But there was two sets of fresh footprints in the frost, which is really weird. And it looked like docks. I mean, like the treads from like docks. Like it was like, I don't know, maybe female in size, but I don't know. We can't figure it out because like I had taken
You said
people
it
up
looked like
earlier on in
Doc's,
the
like
night.
Doc Martens.
Yeah, well, like yeah, I mean, sort of. I don't know. It was weird.
I wear Doc
But
Martens.
huh?
I wear Doc Martens.
Yeah, you weren't there that night. Were you up there?
No.
No, I was gonna say if you were up there by yourself at that time of the morning, you didn't tell me you were in the building. You gotta, well, yeah, you're up to level 300 if you've done that by yourself.
Hey,
But
hey,
but yeah, Anyway, guys, we can't explain that. There was something on the roof. Maybe somebody snuck in, but they got past us somehow. If they did, we went up there immediately. Couldn't find anybody, any real people anyway. So that's another weird thing that took place. Just lights will come on in there still in the Methodist Village. But unfortunately, it may have been our last investigation this weekend. And maybe we can work something out with the new owners. We're going to keep you guys updated. And I'm actually going to keep the Haunted United Methodist Village Facebook page up until I find out absolutely 100% for sure from the new owners whether or not we can continue to investigate and do haunted tours there. But it's probably going to be a no, but I'm going to keep it up just until I find out. But I'll keep you guys updated on that page as well as our Facebook page regarding future events and the future, outcome of, what eventually happens to the village. I did talk to the owners and they had delayed the paperwork again, which is kind of weird. So I don't know, they're pretty for sure that it's sold, but the paperwork keeps getting delayed and stuff. So who knows what's going to happen? People back out of stuff at the last minute. And, for their sake, I hope they do sell it. But for our sake, I kind of like the current owners. I mean, Rick and Dwayne have been really good. And Rick helps us out a lot, when we're doing our investigations. Pretty cool guy. I can't thank him enough for all the help he'd done, with the building and helping us on our investigations, out throughout the last year. And it's just funny. We'll be in there investigating, and Rick will show up out of the blue. And we call him Rick the Poltergeist because, he freaks us out. We never know when he's going to show up. All of a sudden, we see this guy walking through the hallway in the middle of the dark, and it turns out to be Rick. But
I remember Rick came in that Friday night, and everybody screamed, and I had a delayed reaction because everybody was screaming. So I turned around, and I saw Rick, and I was like, ah!
When he showed up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Jordan said he scared the shit out of me Friday night. This is funny. Yeah, he has a tendency of doing that. So he'll show up anywhere. You don't know where he's gonna pop up. But yeah. Anyway, our tours went off pretty good, guys. And James was still doing laser tag events in the building too. So check out his page too. I kind of want to give him a plug. My buddy James Pinkston, he's on my team also. He's got Battle Zone Laser Tag. He's got a website up, and he's trying to get a laser tag business started in the Crawford, Jasper, Lawrence, Richland area. He's going to be going around to different places and doing these laser tag events. And he was doing them in the the village, and until now, maybe it's shut down to where he can't do it. But definitely check his page out, guys, and give him a like. But we're going to get into our investigations. We decided to do, what night was that? Gosh. When did we do our little, well, that was after the village, wasn't it? We decided.
Saturday, I think. That was on
weekend.
Saturday. That was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
I haven't slept much since then, so I apologize. Yeah, it was Saturday night, right?
Mm-hmm. It was Saturday night.
You froze for a minute. Okay. So for Saturday night, we decided to go into the village, investigate a little, because like I say, it was just us. We go in there. James was doing his laser tag deal. We left to go check out a place because Cami had been told about a location from somebody. And this is how this all started. You want to tell them what the information you were told and the reason why, we were going out kind of investigating this location. We weren't really investigating. We're kind of scouting out, looking for the location. Yeah. So where we were going to investigate.
So I was told about
and this leads into Cammy going to jail, so stay tuned.
Almost about going to jail. Almost went to jail.
Almost went to jail, yeah.
Almost went to jail. So
yeah,
I heard a story so this guy told me a story about how there's this mentally disabled girl who was kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and then murdered by 2 men in Lawrence County. He told me the directions and that it was up by Napa, towards that one road. It's kind of an off-road that leads to it's Kelly Lane, I think it was, underneath the overpass. So we all went over there and we tried to look over the place. It was I don't know any words. Jason, do you want to continue what I was saying? Yeah, there were gravel.
Right. What they call the gravel pit, though, was it? Somebody had a name for it. Was it horseshoe gravel pit, or what did you? In your original text to me, you said the guy called it something. I don't know.
He called it. I think he just said it was a gravel pit.
Did he? Hold on a minute.
Maybe, I don't know. My
Because
phone
yeah,
doesn't.
because I would like to know if anybody out there in the Lawrence County area has ever heard of this. Because like, yeah, it was Horseshoe Pits is what you originally
Horseshoe
typed to
pit.
me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I remember Courtney was looking up on her phone of horseshoe pits, and we found where it could have been located, where her body could have been
yeah.
located. And I still don't even know if it's like a true story. I didn't Google it. I remember Courtney tried Googling it, but she couldn't find anything about it.
Yeah, so we were going to check this out, guys, because we investigated a lot of locations where there were like murders and homicides and unsolved murders, and we actually try to get names and dates. And I've even helped law enforcement sometimes with that. And some of the stuff, has been kept on the down low, even regarding some of the cases I've helped out with. We've done ghost box sessions, actually got names and dates and stuff. But if there's like an unsolved murder case or something, we like to go to that location out, and try to investigate and see if we can find anything out. But yeah, the location we were told about was Horseshoe Pits, I believe. And yeah, if anybody out there from the Lawrence County area knows anything about this story, definitely fill us in on our feed like tonight. Yeah, comment. I see some of you like Terry Imboden or Terry, believe she's saying Horseshoe. Yes. Um, Here's a comment. It says Kelly Lake is out there, way past the bend is the Horseshoe Pits. Was horseshoe shaped. So I guess that's how it got its name. Yeah, we know nothing about this. We were just told about it, so we went out there exploring, trying to find the location.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there was quite a few of us. We had a few cars even with us, so we're out there looking around, and we think we found the pit area. I've never heard of that story, Susan says. Yeah, they said it was in the early 90s, and a female, I believe it was a mentally disabled female, got murdered and raped and thrown in these pits. And this is the story, we were told. Who knows? And that's why we like to back our stories up with evidence and do historical research because, sometimes when we're bored, we'll go out and try to find these locations and see if there's any truth to them or see if we can find anything. And, see if there's any activity there, residual activity or intelligent activity left that remains at these places where people were murdered or, dumped out, because a lot of times you'll get, paranormal activity at those locations, death sites. And it's just like Airtight Bridge up by Charleston, same type of scenario. I believe her name was Diane Smalls. She got murdered there in 1980, I believe it was, the 80s. I think it was early, might have been 80. But and chopped up, and thrown in the bridge area there, Airtight Bridge in Charleston, Illinois. So we investigated that for years, and she was a Jane Doe for years, but finally they figured out who she was and who actually murdered her, or at least they think they know. And now she actually has a name on her tombstone and everything. She's buried at the Mountain Cemetery there in Charleston. But we try to look for locations, especially like old murder sites, and investigate them. But
Ooh, Stacy Zellers. Stacy,
that's
what are
what I
you
was reading. Yeah.
Stacy, what are you talking about? That's right there where the rest stop was on Route 50, right on the Illinois side. There was a body dump there. Stacy, which story are you referring to? Are you referring to Diane Smalls, or are you referring to the woman who was mentally disabled?
No, this is a different. That's not Diane Smalls she's referring to.
Okay.
That's a different location.
Yeah, Route 50 is in by Lawrenceville.
Yeah, yeah.
Stacy knows
That's
something
interesting.
about it.
I think I've heard about that one that she's talking about. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we go out there. We're just kind of blindly driving around, exploring like we
Stacey,
usually do.
I know you're Stacy. It was in the 1980s. It was a VU student. Are you talking about the two women that were murdered? One of the two women that were murdered? Because that's a really insane story. So there's two women that were murdered, and there was a gap between their murders. I don't remember if this was in the 80s or the 90s. I think the second one was in the 90s. I'm not really too sure, but something really interesting about that. So the man who murdered these two VU women worked at this restaurant, right? Well, my grandma went into this restaurant. Reminder, this was after he murdered these women. So
you just told me the story, yeah.
Yeah. So my grandma went into the restaurant where he worked. He was a waiter. It was my grandma's birthday. He came out saying happy birthday to her, and my grandma actually had a picture with this man. This was
That's
after he
crazy.
murdered those women. It was an insane story.
After he murdered him?
After he murdered them.
Oh, wow. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Several murders.
Here's another one I think.
Male, all bodily
bodily
fluids drained, and newspaper shoved in his body cavity. No, this was a young boy. Oh my God.
That's
Excuse
crazy.
me? I think they caught the guy just a year or two ago. That girl lived across from Good Sam.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and like, guys, this is kind of what Cammy's going to school for. You want to tell them like you're kind of like going to school for like criminal psychology type stuff, and like you've been doing like psychology cases on murder victims and stuff.
So I'm going to school for behavioral sciences right now, and once I achieve my bachelor's degree, I plan on moving forward to be a criminal and forensic psychologist. And I just want to get behind like why people kill and why people just do illegal things, you know? Try to get behind like the nature versus nurture debate as well. And also forensic psychologists to understand the victims as well.
Right.
That one girl was chopped up and put in a duffel bag. She was killed in the Atrium Apartments on 2nd Street in Vincennes. I think she might have been dumped in the one in Illinois. So I believe it depends on which girl, because I do know all I know is that there were 2 girls murdered, and they caught him because they were murdered in the exact same way. In both of their houses, they still had water going. I do know one of the girls was found out by where I used to live, down 33 by Lake Lawrence. And actually, I think Jason and I sort of found the area where she was murdered. Or not murdered, but where she was found. Which I'm pretty sure one of them, at least the second one, I believe, was found dumped by Lake Lawrence.
Oh my gosh, this is cool. We're getting all kinds of cool info tonight, guys. Hey, thanks for posting all this information. Like, we like to check out all these locations too. Yeah, if you guys know any sites, we can get permission to go out there and investigate them. That'd be cool. Here's another one we're getting rolled in about the gravel pit that we're talking about, the horseshoe pit. I guess Terry's talking about. That gravel pit's the same area where the UFO left the burnt spot about 50 plus years ago. I told you about where my dad and Buddy were fishing. I think I do remember her telling me this, maybe. Pictures were in the newspaper. Now we're talking. So now we got UFOs and a murder.
UFOs and murder. That's the name of this this broadcast is UFOs and murder. And Cammy almost got arrested.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got to throw in and Cammy almost went to jail, which we're gonna get to. But yeah, that's interesting information. We'll definitely have to check that out because like you throw UFOs and ghosts in the story, and I'm there. So anyway, we're driving around out there looking for these gravel pits because I'm not familiar with that area. I'd actually never even been down that road before, and we go down the road, and we thought we missed the pits. We go on up the road, and I like to explore around the area just a little bit. So somehow, like I say, we had several cars behind us too. We had a group of people, on the investigation, and we go up the road, and I go to turn around at this location. And when I shine my headlights to turn around so we can all, make the turn to go back the other direction because we were getting out of our area where we wanted to, explore regarding this murder. My headlights come across this old house. And I was like, oh, my God, that is a cool old house. It's just an abandoned house you can see right from the roadway. And I said I wanted to get, it'd be cool to take some pictures of it because, it looked old and like it was getting ready to fall down, and I like to preserve history. I'm like a history buff. If I see an old house, I like to take pictures of it. And I just think there's beauty in abandoned places. I'm weird like that. I'll take pictures of old buildings, and there's sites devoted to this stuff, guys. There's web pages called Abandoned Images, and people all over the world do this stuff and post images on pages and different things, but apparently the owner of this location didn't like it, so we go and go ahead.
Hold on. So I'm going to state that us as a team, we try our best not to trespass. Like if it says no trespassing, we're not going to trespass. You know what I'm saying? If it says no trespassing, we're not going to go. Even if it's just like a house where it just looks like it shouldn't be trespassed, it's just like whatever. This house was very well hidden. we couldn't, it was just like, we kind of went in and didn't have any no trespassing signs. We didn't plan on going inside. We just wanted to see what it was about. We went around and we just took pictures. And in front of the house, and I have a picture of it, it says, enter at your own risk.
Yeah.
So
Cammy stuck her. Yeah, technically nobody made entry into the house. Like Cammy stuck her hand into this doorway and took a picture inside the house because I wouldn't let her go in the house because it is horrible.
I'm crippled.
It is, yeah. Yeah, Cammy's crippled, so I'm not letting her go in anyone go in the house for that matter. It looked like this location, but she sticks her hand through the door, takes a picture of I guess it'd be, I don't know, living room area or something of the house. Mm-hmm. And, we took pictures outside. We got back in the vehicle, turned around, left. We were there maybe 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. And anyway, Cammy thought the pictures were cool. I thought they were cool, and apparently the guy who owns the house didn't think it was cool.
He commented when we posted the pictures up on our page. He had commented something, and I didn't know he was the owner at first. He commented something about, and this is just paraphrasing, reminder, this is exactly what he commented, but he said, next time you trespass, make sure you contact the owners. In the back of my head, I'm also thinking, like, if somebody's trespassing, they're not going to contact the owners legally. So what? Like, it would make it make sense. Second of all, I deleted the comment because I was just like, well, if somebody's just upset about it, if it is the owner, then don't plan on coming back. So I just deleted the comment. I was just like, whatever, won't go back then. But these pictures are really cool. These are some really cool pictures.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess if that's the case, I'm probably wanted in all 50 states and 3,000 counties for taking pictures of abandoned buildings because they probably got my picture up in like every like neighborhood because like I've taken pictures every time I go on vacation, anything. If I find an old cool house, I'm taking a picture of it. Apparently you can't step on this guy's property and take a picture of his old house though. But I guess we should have just lit it up from the road and took a picture from the roadway, which they can't stop that. You can take a picture from a legal roadway all day long and post GPS coordinates to it if we want to. But
so
I won't be a butt and do that. But what's that?
So I'm going to proceed the story real quick.
Okay, go ahead with the story.
So I posted the pictures that I had taken on my Instagram, right? Once again, deleted his comments. If somebody's upset about us going there, we didn't have any intention on going back. I called Jason and everything. And we were just like, oh, we just won't go back. Just delete the comments. And then Jason just decided to delete the post just to avoid any unnecessary drama. We just won't go back. Whatever.
We had time going back anyway. It was just an accidental fine, yeah.
Well, so I had the pictures also posted on my personal Instagram. I kind of have like an aesthetic wall.
This is where it gets weird, though.
Yeah. So
I will tell this though real quick.
Okay.
So yeah, this guy, instead of coming through me, guys, he pretty much stalks Cammy on all of her social media pages, and this is where it gets weird because her name isn't even her name on half of her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like
my handle wasn't my name, and also my name spelled out. You would have to use because I have a special font used to spell my name on Instagram, and so therefore you would have to go through that special font.
Right. Yeah. So like he's finding her on all of her social media pages, and I call it harassing pretty much her for these pictures she posted when she can post whatever the hell she wants on there. It's her page. Mm-hmm. So I took them off my page to be nice. Yeah. So, but yeah, go ahead.
So I didn't want to take them off my page because I have a certain aesthetic I like to live up to, which is kind of like creepy. My Instagram, I like to be a little creepy, a little dark, a little cloudy, if that makes sense. And it was a really, really cute picture. There were a bunch of really good pictures, right? And so he comments on my photos and says, please delete this. And I tell him, I already know who it is from the get-go. I know it was the same guy who commented. And I see this as like, you're on my personal Instagram now. So I'm going to let you kind of have it. And so I said, literally no. I told him literally no. I was just like, there were 0 no trespassing signs. I was just, I basically just told him I'm not going to delete the pictures, right? And I pointed out that there were 0 no trespassing signs. If anything, there was an enter at your own risk sign. I explained to him, if you want more leverage to keep people out and like more leverage to hold against me, at least put up a no trespassing sign. I won't go back nonetheless, but don't tell me to delete my pictures because I'm not going to do that. Especially because most of my followers, a majority of my followers, and I will honest to God say about 85% of my followers on Instagram aren't even from here. The house is very well hidden. It's
The
very well hidden.
location
Nobody's
wasn't
going to
given
find it.
out.
Yeah. And so
And,
he gives me the option basically either to delete the post or he's going to call the police and press charges. So, me being hard headed, because I will die on this hill that I will not delete my posts, I tell him, call the police. Call them. Call the police because I know they can't really do much considering the fact that I also have pictures. There were zero no trespassing signs. And once again, I would really love to reiterate this. There was an enter at your own risk sign.
yeah.
Okay, call the police. So I call Jason and I tell him what's going on. The guy decides to message Jason, and Jason, you can go ahead and.
Yeah. Yeah. So after this guy finally gets enough nerve to message me and talk to me about it, and basically he wouldn't talk to me. He just kept going back to Cammy. And I told him if he's going to talk to somebody, he's going to talk to me, not my female team member that he's finding on all her social media sites, which is very freaking weird to start out with. You know, that he pretty much is stalking her and harassing her instead of going through me when I run this organization. I told him if he's going to fucking call somebody, he needs to call me. And it's fired me up even thinking about it because he made a comment to me that he was going to make her, what was the word?
He was going to teach me a lesson in courtesy.
He was going to teach her a lesson. And if anybody's going to teach anybody a lesson, they're going to have to go through me first because this is my group. But if anybody's got a problem, you know, with Crawford County Ghost Hunters or my group or any of my team members, they're going to go through me too. And I got news for this guy. You know, if he messages her again, he's going to have some problems. So,
well,
anyway, sorry, I'm getting fired up about this, but
I told him, I told him, call the police. Call the police. I'm not scared of the police. I'm friendly to the police, honestly. I'm a little petite, tiny girl. What is the police gonna do? I don't really do much. I literally just take pictures of abandoned buildings, ghost hunt, do my homework, and sleep and play Animal Crossing. That's all I do. I don't harm. And we didn't harm the property at all. We didn't take anything. We just went there and we took pictures.
yeah.
He got upset and honestly, all I could think about was if you are this upset, just tell us not to go back and also put up zero no trespassing signs. Get it, Jason?
That cracked me up, Jordan. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, Jason and I were on the phone, right? And as soon as we got off the phone, there was Courtney, Jason, and I, we were on the phone and we were talking about it, you know. As soon as I get off the phone, I'm starting to get ready for school in the morning, right? I'm like putting all my books in my bags, you know, about to go take a shower and everything. And then my sister-in-law comes through the door and she's like, Cammy, you're getting arrested. And I'm just like, because I already told them what happened. You know, I was just like, this is BS. You know what I'm saying? I was venting to them about what happened. And Jess, my sister-in-law, she comes through the door. She's like, Cammy, you're getting arrested. And I'm like, and then I'm just like, oh, you're joking. Like, I'm just like, you know, she kind of laughed. I kind of laughed. And I go downstairs and there's a literal sheriff at my door.
Yeah.
There's a sheriff at my door and my husband's looking at me like. And so I go downstairs, do my little walk of shame. And I can't help but like kind of laugh because I know nothing's really going to happen. I was a little anxious and then I was just like, nothing's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure this guy's just here to talk to me, you know.
Well,
and
I mean,
he literally he just told me because the guy originally who commented on my Instagram post, he said he was gonna press charges.
Yeah.
And no charges were pressed. Literally, the sheriff just came up to my door, told me, "Hey, you can't enter the property again. You know, if you do, this guy is allowed to press charges." So I was just like, "Okay." I won't go back. But I asked him, I was like, can I still drive down that road though? And he's just like, yes, the road is public property. You just can't, you can't, you know, block the road or anything, but you can drive down that road. And so I was like, cool.
When I tried to explain to the guy and he wouldn't call me, he wouldn't talk to me. I said, I'll give you my number. You can talk to me and go through me and, you know, have law enforcement contact me. He wouldn't do that. He goes after Cammy again. And, anyway, you know, it was just a crazy ordeal. And I can't even, like, I'm trying to think what the heck he even said, but I'm not gonna post his comments and stuff on here and like do that or anything. But
I
you know,
do.
I ended up like I think she just fell off the bed. Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
I thought you
I
fell.
dropped my laptop drop because I'm balancing it on some books and a stuffed
Okay, I thought
animal.
you like
So.
fell completely off the bed. I
But
was
I
gonna
don't have the officer's face in this because I don't.
yeah,
The officer was really sweet. Yeah,
don't post that.
I don't
Yeah,
have his face in this one. I actually blocked out his face in this one, but literal proof that an officer was at my house. I
but
blocked out his face because he was really
anyway,
the officer was really sweet to me. He was really kind. So
oh
he
yeah, yeah, we're
honestly
not bashing the sheriff's department at all. I
he,
actually know the deputy that responded, and the
I
funny thing
know
is, like,
he
he's went
well
ghost hunting with me before.
the thing is, I come down there, I'm smiling and I'm like kind of laughing, and he is too. He's like, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, because like I know the officer that responded or deputy, like I say, and like
Mhm.
way back in the day, he's done a few ghost hunts with me himself, so that's kind of funny in a way. But
Mhm.
anyway, uh, that was kind of our weekend and what happened to us, but it was just a crazy event. But Nick brought, we had also brought up this point too. What Nick's saying here, if he's out up since, chances are he's hiding something there he doesn't want found, and that's
Well,
probably the case. Because like we actually did, there was something that was in the yard that Cameron took a picture of that he probably didn't want found. So we're not going to post that or publicly embarrass the guy. But that's probably exactly the case, Nick. That or who knows? I mean, there could be a meth lab on the property or anything. You never know with these people.
I
And
saw it like
people have
this.
these old houses, abandoned houses. Sometimes have them for a reason. So.
I just can't believe this. It's like, and I was joking around about it. I was like, you called the police on me on Easter on a school night? I told him, I actually went back on that comment actually, and I stirred the pot a little more. And I told him, I said, I put in his wife's name, and I said his wife's name, and I said must have made a rotten batch of deviled eggs this morning. I said next time you're mad, maybe seek therapy. Like, come on, man. I have school tomorrow.
I know, like it's funny. Like
It's
we
just
were.
funny because I'm minding my own business. I don't expect this guy to really do anything. I'm just like packing my little books and everything. It's Easter. I'm,
We were.
whatever, about to go take a shower, and then boom. I'm like, oh, he did call him. But it's funny because he said he was going to press charges, but guess what?
Well,
You didn't teach me a lesson in courtesy because I am the same asshole as I was yesterday.
oh my
But
god, that topped it all. That's pretty
Tammy
good.
5,
Me too. Yeah,
this
that's
guy
pretty good. That's pretty good.
-4.
But anyway, guys, yeah, he must have had a really bad Easter or something. Somebody shit in his Easter basket because like he was he was trying to get Cameron to go to jail. But anyway, what he didn't know, and I tried to explain to him, and he wouldn't even listen to this and thought I was like, didn't know what I was talking about. This isn't our first rodeo with trespassing. I mean, I've been ghost hunting doing this paranormal research stuff for several years now, and people have tried to get us for something before. Said we took a picture of a church. Churches are really, really uptight about taking pictures of them. Even if you like take a picture of a church from like a public roadway, I've gotten like almost death threats from churches in the past. They're like, you need to remove that picture from your website because you took a picture of it or something. You can take a picture from public roadway all day long if it's within the public rights or public access point, and I've had churches, email me and say I need to remove the picture, and it was taken from a public roadway. There's nothing they can do about it. Just like, and with trespassing laws, the way it works in the state of Illinois is if you do not knowingly trespass, and there's no trespassing signs, there's no purple paint. There's a purple paint law in Illinois. If you mark something with purple paint, that's pretty much the same thing as having a trespassing sign on your property. There was no signs. There was no purple paint. Like she states, there was a sign that pretty much said enter, not no trespassing. So anything the guy really could do about it. And within the state of Illinois, on the first trespassing offense, when you don't realize you're trespassing, it's basically like a a warning, like a verbal warning. They can't press charges usually on a first time trespassing offense if you don't, realize that you're trespassing on a property. So um, it was just ridiculous. This guy was just trying to be a dick, but but it was it's a funny story. It's going to be in our big book of Crawford County Ghost Hunter tales.
Damn, I really learned my lesson, didn't I, Jason?
Yeah, I know.
I'll never take a picture ever again. Ever.
I know. You're no longer allowed to post pictures to my page. Her picture posting status has been removed from my page, guys. She's been demoted. So
Kayla says, "Yep, your pictures are your pictures. They can ask you to remove them all day long. They can't do anything about it." Yeah, those are my property. I can take pictures of your property all I want. I'm joking. A little.
Well, I mean, too, it'd been different if we were like a bunch of kids there vandalizing and tearing stuff up.
Yeah, and the issue is, once again,
I look at photography as preserving history, and like I've been told since then by a couple people that know him that, well, he's like in the past, he's already talked to a couple people about tearing that house down and tried to get them to tear the house down. So like the house is going to be gone, and heck, that may be the only picture that's survives that she took. Just like these old houses, and like I like to photograph stuff because that's the only record of some of these places where some of these people live that's going to be around. It's like people just want to tear everything down and not photograph it, and but yeah, it makes me sick when old buildings get tore down and burnt down.
Kayla, I'll copyright all day long.
What?
I'll copyright all day long. Let me take pictures of your property.
Yeah. I've got some issues going on over here with my computer, so bear with me.
I'm window peeping in abandoned buildings.
Don't say that. You have the sheriff's department there.
Hide your ghosts, hide your ghouls.
I can't.
Because I'm window peeping.
Yeah.
I'm joking, by the way, FBI. Yeah, he's going to send the U.S. Army to my house next.
God.
It's going to go, it's like tier 1, the sheriff. Next is the U.S. Army. They're going to bulldoze my house.
You have the National Guard surrounding your house here in a minute.
They're going to come in armed.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, people do this all the time. Like I say, when I started out, beginning the show, this page is called Abandoned Images. And there's a lot of Instagram pages, abandoned barns, abandoned images of Illinois, abandoned images of Indiana. And I promise you, each and every one of those people probably stepped over that ditch onto the property line to take a picture. It's just like, it's ridiculous, some of the things these people try. But anyway, back to some of our investigations of what we're going to be doing. Cammie didn't go to jail, so she's good for right now. We're keeping an eye on her, though. But anyway, we're going to be investigating, and we were telling you guys, some of you on our haunted tours, that we are going to be investigating the old jail in Bridgeport. Got permission from the owner. We're going to be making a page, the old haunted city hall and jail there in Bridgeport, and probably opening it up for public haunted tours, just like we were doing in the village in Pine Lawn Manor. So that's going to be another cool thing that's going on, here in the near future. As soon as we get the building, stable enough, which it's getting there. The owner's doing a lot of work on it. We're going to definitely open up some haunted tours and, allow groups to come in and investigate. We're going to help, host those events. So definitely look for that in the near future here on our page. We've got a lot of investigations also coming up. We've got some house investigations. We've got a theater investigation, but I'm not sure we can go live. I'm not sure.
What is it? A what investigation? A feeder?
Yeah, an old theater, like a movie theater.
I thought you said a feeder investigation. I was like,
a feeder? No, a movie.
Feeder?
A movie theater. So, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to go live on it or not. But a lot of cool places coming up here in the near future, guys. Just seeing what. Yeah, those abandoned pages have some stepmoms work on them. She trespasses every one of them unknowingly, of course. That's funny. Where is the Bridgeport? Whoop, there we go. Where's the jail in Bridgeport? It is, well, in that Casey's you turn and go south at right there. think you turn
It's
in
right across
south.
from the bank.
Yeah, you go south and go down to that end of town down there. It's an old jail. It's old city hall and jail. We went live there before. That was actually Cammy's first live investigation, wasn't it?
Yeah, very first one. I was on the
Yeah.
team for like a week.
And now she's about been arrested.
And now I have almost been sex trafficked and I have almost been arrested.
Oh, yeah, we could. That's a story we could tell.
Oh yeah. So when we were doing Night of the Witch, we
Yeah.
had stopped at this gas station by this Amish town. I think it was a Chesterville witch that we were trying to see. It was a Route 66 that we stopped at. And Jason and I, we were loading up on our gummies and our snacks and our, Snapple and chocolate milk and all of that, all the goods. And, Jason had already rang out. And so Jason was sitting to the side, and these three guys came through. All right. And it was just these three men. They came through, they didn't buy anything. And I didn't notice this. I just thought, oh, maybe they didn't find what they needed. But Jason had told me, and I put two and two together after he told me. They sort of circled around me. And then Jason, he gave him a dirty look, put his hand on his hip, and they left. And then we went outside, right? And Jason gives me kind of this look, and I'm like, what? He said, I'll tell you here in a minute. And so, we get outside. Jason points at this white van, and he's just like, you see that van? And I was just like, yeah. He was like, well, there's these three dudes that just circled around you. And then as soon as I shot them this look and put my hand on my hip, indicating that Jason has a gun indeed.
Exactly.
They left. And so I saw that white van, and I was just like, oh, that's a sketchy white van. That's the one those are the ones that they tell you to stay away from.
Yeah. These guys basically came in, and I'm not profiling or anything, but they weren't, they looked like bad guys in the first place. They come in and they like kind of circle around her, and they didn't realize I was with her at first because I was kind of in the back part of the story. They just make this circle around. I realized they weren't getting anything and really looking at anything. They were looking at her, and they just, I went over there, and I had a coat on at the time, kind of stuck my hand in like that and looked at them, like I meant business. And they all three just took off out the door, got in this van and left without buying anything. And they were definitely, kind of in there looking at her. And there's a lot of people do that. You got to be careful like that at gas stations. Because, people will do that, like she says, try to kidnap girls for sex trafficking, all kinds of stuff, and they never see them again. So
I almost got sex trafficked. I'm pretty sure they would have just turned around, though, anyways. I would have just been like, so how is everybody? I would have been talking in my worst Russian accent.
They would have threw you out in the ditch.
They would have thrown me out. They would have just shot me and thrown me out. And my mom always told me, all right, make sure they murder you real quick. If you're dead, it's going to be way better than whatever you go through in the future. I would have just talked like this the entire time. I would have been like, what's up, every guys? I would have been like, what dog? I would have just been giving them my worst New York person impersonation.
Yeah. But they were definitely like, it was weird. So we've had all kinds of adventures while we're out, you never know what's going to happen, because we're out late at night, and nothing good usually happens late at night, and there's a lot of people, do bad things late at night, and we're out in the middle of all this. So, we've ran into so many things, in cemeteries at night. I've even done episodes on this, the dangers of paranormal investigating, especially late at night, because I've ran into people, making meth in cemeteries at night, went into old houses we had permission to go into, and found meth labs. It's crazy the things you run into, and people.
Meth labs? Like genuine, like in the graveyard? Like they're making meth in the graveyard?
Well, no, we used to get like people will do that outside. They'll make mobile meth labs outside because we've been called to several of them for the fire department. And we have to put them out or disable and everything. It was really bad back in the day. A lot of people would, bring mobile meth labs into secluded areas by old ponds and different stuff and catch the grass on fire and start brush fires, and people were crazy. But what are you doing over
there? I'm sorry if this is unprofessional, but I just remembered that I had a bag of tacos.
No, I'm getting kind of hungry myself. So But yeah, she said that happened to me in a liquor store in Vincent's a few years back. Yeah, it's getting bad everywhere you go. But anyway, guys, whoops, I think I muted you. Did you mute
I
yourself?
muted myself that way you didn't have
Okay,
to hear me crunching.
okay. But yeah, we really don't have a whole lot for the show tonight. We just want to kind of update you guys on what happened to us over the weekend and our little adventures.
I almost got arrested, and you know what getting arrested means? No talkies.
Now that would have taught you a lesson.
Well, it didn't because I still have my talkies.
Yeah.
Me, actually, you remember when I was keeping a scoreboard earlier and I said 5? Actually, me, 7, him, -8. So.
But yeah, guys, we if you guys have any questions or comments, about any locations, that you want us to investigate, shoot them out there on the comments right now too. But like I say, we have been investigating a lot of locations where there've been murders take place. So that's something, some of the places we keep on the down low, some of the places we don't. We kind of are scheduling an investigation into an area known as what is it, the Devil's Playground.
The Devil's
She's
Playground.
muting herself. I'll let her eat here, and then I'll talk about it for a minute, though. But one of our investigations is in a location known as the Devil's Playground. There's been a lot of strange things
Centralia,
going on
Illinois.
there. Yeah. Where is? What'd you say?
Centralia, Illinois.
Yeah, in Centralia, Illinois. So we will let you guys know if we go live from that location or that area. And we'll also keep you guys updated on the Facebook page, regarding future live feeds. Karen says Pine Lawn. We still have access to Pine Lawn, Karen. We just don't investigate it a lot in the summer because the active time periods seem to be in the fall. And it's like, me and Cammy had some strange things happen to us last time we were there with that growl or that person, sounded like he was dying in the room. Mm-hmm. And I kicked the door open, went in, and nobody was in there. But we will be continuing to investigate Pine Lawn. I may talk to the owner and see if maybe we can do some type of summer event, summer public event in there, just to have something cool to do for you guys. And I'll keep you updated on that because there's been a lot of people asking about Pine Lawn Manor. That we definitely are still investigating that, and hopefully, like I say, hopefully the Methodist Village will turn out and we'll be able to do it in the near future too. But I doubt it. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate that. Ray Hill said you guys are awesome.
Thank you, Ray.
So, but yeah, we we try to post everything. We don't hide anything, as you can see. Mm-hmm. We have encounters with law enforcement. We put it out there and let you guys know. But again,
we're pretty open about everything.
Yeah, I'll say
simply because also it's like we don't want anything to be misconstrued. Just in case you hear about it. You know what I'm saying? We want to set the story straight.
Right.
Just be like, real quick. I've even got the facts and receipts and the screenshots to back everything up.
Right. Yeah, it's nice to see all you guys. See, Karen says she misses Pine Lawn. Yeah, that place has a real weird way of drawing people back in, especially if you've been there on our tours and everything. Just the activity and the stuff you experience at Pine Lawn Manor. I mean, it's unlike any place in the world. Like I say, it's a unique place, and nursing homes are the most haunted locations. I mean, I'll argue with any paranormal investigator, any parapsychologist. I don't care how long they've been doing this. I mean, nursing homes are just a special place when it comes to paranormal activity. Or a nursing home for the mentally disabled, like Pine Lawn was. And the locations in nursing homes where the dementia patients were, or seems to be the most active. And it's the same way with the Methodist Village. The Otten Center is the most active area, and I have theories for that. People, with mental disabilities and stuff, I almost wonder if they're, I guess, I don't know how to describe it. They're almost to the point of where they can't, let people know their own emotions and everything. And they're kind of trapped within their body, during life. And, they have this physical limitation in life, and after death, maybe that limitation of physical being trapped in their body type feeling is gone. So they're almost like super ghosts. Now they're free and they can like run around. They can do these things that they couldn't in their physical body. So they can like do a lot of stuff maybe that a normal, ghost or spirit can't do. And it's just because of the energy maybe that's been withheld over time. And some of them may have genius level IQs and they just can't express themselves. A lot of those people I really believe are really smart individuals, and they have this like genius level of IQ, and then when they're released from a body that they can't use that level of consciousness with, I think it's the reason why we get a lot of like things happening in these nursing homes, or mentally disabled homes or insane asylums. A lot of places where the activity is just through the roof. So, what's your feelings on that, psychologist Cami?
Me?
Yeah.
I think the IQ is useless. I think IQ is kind of biased.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of the IQ. And that's like another conversation really to have, but what the frick?
What?
My light randomly just turned off.
Huh.
Ooh. Ooh.
They're trying to tell you something.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you're right. IQ suck. But I do agree with you. I do think there is they have more physical movement and everything when they pass away. Also, I think the fact that somebody who is mentally disabled.
Something like just hit my wall. I think you're bringing them over here.
Go over there.
Seriously.
It's so weird how every time something happens over here,
Yeah.
and then something happens to you,
I
or
know.
as soon as it happens to you, something happens to me. Remember that one time where both of our computers went out at the same time?
Yeah. I know. That was very weird. Hold on. Somebody asked a question real quick here I wanted to answer. Ray said, is a purple line mean no trespassing? Yes, it does. If you guys see purple paint or a purple line, that is there's a lot of states that have a purple paint law. Illinois is one of them. So it can be enforceable just like a sign. So, if you do have property or something, you can paint it in purple or paint, the trees with purple lines on them and stuff. And that does indicate no trespassing. We kind of talked about that a little earlier. She may not have heard it, but
how to properly trespass 101. I'm just kidding. Do not trespass.
Yeah, we
do not encourage, because honestly, because of what happened to us guys, I encourage you now. Just don't stay at home. Don't ever leave your house. Don't go to Walmart.
Don't leave your house.
Don't leave your house.
Don't leave your house.
Don't go anywhere. You might be trespassing. I don't know what to tell you. Stay at home. Better yet, burn your house down. Just don't be anywhere. Just cease to exist, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Mikey's on here. Hey, Mikey. I think Mikey's back in our area now, so I have to talk with him after the show here. But I think he's back down in the Southern Illinois area. He's from up in the Chicago area and on a team up north. So, says y'all got to visit the, I think it's called the Eldred House. I've experienced my very first disembodied voice right in my ear. The absolute freakiest experience I've had. It was a very deep male voice. The scariest, but absolutely amazing, though. Sorry, I'm trying to read this on the little print here and not the screen. Cool. Yeah, Mikey. We will have to check that out. We were going to investigate that at one point, but we just never got to it. I don't know what happened with that, but it was on our list at one point. I'll have to look into that, but maybe you can go with us, Mikey, and we can check that location out sometime. But, well, what do you think? Call it a night?
Yeah, my tongue's burning off from the Takis.
All right. So, better get off here before you have to call an ambulance for you. Do
you remember at the end of the live action Scooby-Doo movie? I forget which one it was, but they were eating this really hot stuff and they like chugged ketchup and then they like chugged milk or something like that. They're like, look. They're like drinking ketchup and drinking milk.
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
You remember the episode of Scooby-Doo? Well, not the episode, but the movie. It was like where the zombies were actually real.
No,
Did you not
Yeah,
watch Scooby
yeah,
Doo?
I watched Scooby Doo, but yeah, I don't remember that one you're talking about with the catcher.
Where they went to this
Jordan, hey
this
there, you got
island.
it. Jordan says she remembers, so you got one on your
Yes,
side.
exactly. That was like the plot twist of like my childhood. I was just like, what? They're real. It was you really need to watch it. It's about they went to this island in
Yeah, that's
Louisiana.
what Linda's saying. Yeah.
They went to this island in Louisiana, and there was like a bunch of ghosts and everything, and they just thought like, oh, they're wearing masks, and then like one of them went to go try to rip the head off of one, and they ripped their actual head off, and they're like that you could see in their face like, I've made a terrible mistake.
All right. Anyway, thanks for that bit of information, Kim. But yeah, guys, we're gonna have to call it quits here tonight. Like I say, kind of just want to do a little short show, update you guys on what we've been up to. We will be going live a lot here in the near future. We got like a Southern Illinois trip planned. We've also got a trip planned to Salem, Massachusetts eventually here. We're going to go investigate some of the areas up there around the Salem witch trials. So definitely stay tuned. That'll be a summer adventure we're going to be doing. So definitely hang in there, guys, and we'll keep you updated on all our adventures, good or bad. And we'll see you guys on the next one. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight and continuing to support our team and, giving us tips on locations to investigate and everything. You guys help us out a lot, with finding locations and different, haunted houses. You guys point out to us or different locations that might be haunted. So thank you guys again. And I hope you guys all have a good night and had a happy Easter. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We're still in the air, Cammy.